We're asking support from our Shaykh to send us something that is going to be useful for us. This is a sohbat. This is not a academic or religious or scholastic gathering. I did not go reading, taking notes, and to give it to people. We are here connecting our hearts to each other and connecting our hearts to our Shaykh. When the hearts are connected, when you come here empty, when that wood is really very dry, then a little spark, that wood is going to catch fire. If you're really thirsty, just a little drop is going to quench all your thirst. So we have to be thirsty, waiting for what our Shaykh is going to send to us. This is the meaning of a sohbat. This is the meaning of a religious, spiritual gathering and association. The sohbat, the association that made those ones who were burying their children alive in the hot sands to become Sahabi. We are following in their footsteps. Inshallah, not in the wrong ways, in the good things. And we are saying to our Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thank you, Ya Rabbi. Thank you. We are not complaining to our Lord. The believer should not complain. The believer must not complain. The murid, forbidden for them to complain. More you're complaining, more heavy burdens are going to come to you. Because the murid is living in the dargah. If you understand what a dargah is, what are you on the threshold of, and who your neighbors are, you're going to fix your head a little bit more. Threshold. We are neighbors. Who are we neighbors with? At least we're neighbors with Sultan al-Awliya. Isn't the maqam there? Isn't our Shaykh's maqam is there? Are we going to have so many other maqams here with the permission to? Yes. So we are neighbors. And we are saying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thank you, not to complain. Sit down and think in these holy days, in holy nights, sit down to think. And to get better, sit down to think, what are the illnesses and the diseases that I have in my spirit that I want to get rid of? Run for that. If you concentrate on that, you will change to become better. If you're not running for that, and you're running just to do ibadat, of course you're going to get the blessings of ibadat, but the blessings that you collect easy is going to be lost. So there's not too much value. It's like a man is collecting gold and is collecting and collecting and collecting all those treasures and is building a strong security system in the front and also in the back and in the top so that no enemy can get in. But from the bottom, the enemy makes a hole and pulls everything out. So if we are not thinking about the diseases of our spirit don't have diseases. We're talking about spiritual diseases, which is not physical, which means what the ego is putting in front of our spirit to choke our spirit. If in these holy days and nights, if we are not concentrating on that, then in the other days of the year, it'll be very difficult for us. Because in these days, comes with so much blessings, no? Comes with so much angelic power, comes with so much looks of the holy ones, of prophets and the saints. And if we take advantage of these times to better ourselves, it'll be very easy. If we try to do this outside of these months, it'll be more difficult. Just as we're going to approach the month of Ramadan. We're going to fast for 1 month. As all of you know, fasting during the month of Ramadan, it becomes easy. Go take a look at that kid. He's outside. Because there may be things there. I don't want them to be injured or anything. You can fast in the month of Ramadan easily, because the power comes in that month. Try to fast that month, whole month, in other months. Can you do it? No. It's completely different now. So take advantage of these months and these nights to make ourselves to become better. Yes, we should run to make ibadat. People are asking me, what are the special ibadats to make? I can give you a whole list. I can give you a whole book that you're going to be sunk in it. But if we are not taking care to remove the veils that is choking our ego, to remove the veils that is separating us from Allah, if we are not getting rid of our bad characteristics in these months, then all those blessings is just going to be lost. It's just going to hemorrhage. People are just going to come to steal it, and we're going to be lost with nothing. We're going to be ending up with nothing. So, for this, you need reminders. We need reminders. We need reminders first. In these months, we need reminders to say we have to thank our Lord. We should not complain. If you want to complain, what are you going to complain about? What are you going to complain about? Good. So you're listening to the khutbah. MashaAllah. You're going to follow the sunnah of the Rasulullah alayhi wasallam. You want to complain? Don't complain about others. Don't complain about your wives or your husband or your children or your boss or your grandfather. You're going to complain about yourself. You're going to sit down and you're going to complain about yourself, because that's exactly what Holy Prophet ﷺ did. And he did nothing for his own ego. He's not like us. He did everything for the ummah. And the ummah still turned around to punish him. And he turned to Allah and he complained about his own weakness. And saying, give me a power, Ya Rabbi. You have put all these enemies, authority over me. But I'm only asking that you are not angry with me. That you are not upset with me. If I know you are not upset with me, everything is good and everything is blessed. So sit down and ask yourself, what did I do today to make Allah to be upset with me? And be sincere. If you sit and you think, well, I didn't do anything, because so many Muslims now are saying, what did I do? Why Allah make me to go through this? What did I ever do to Allah? What wrong did I do? Oh, those words, if you understand from a spiritual view, it is very close to committing a hidden shirk. Like what our Shaykh used to say to us, he said to me personally, what is it that we do that is right? Not to say, what did I do wrong? What is it that we do that is right? Can we say anything that we do, it is right 100%? And if it is right 100%, do we take credit for it? If you take credit for it, then you're going against that ayat, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, to know that everything good that comes to you, it is from Allah. And everything bad that happens to you, it is from your ego. So sit down, try to catch your ego. My ego and your ego, in these holy times, try to catch them and to think. You don't need that time to read so many books. You don't need to listen to so many people. You don't need to know so many scholastic opinions. You yourself, if you are sincere, the help will come. Allah will come to teach you. Today I did this. I angered Allah. I didn't know. Astaghfirullah. I'm making intention not to do it. I did this today to this person. This is no good. So what are you doing now? You're fixing yourself. Isn't that our whole point here in this world? To clean ourselves and to fix ourselves? Then that time, the ibadat that you do, it will have value. That ibadat that you do, it will have such blessings, because the awliya Allah, they're going to carry that ibadat, our ibadat, and they're going to collect it and they're going to put it together with their ibadat. Because you are listening to them. Because you are being with them. And what are they saying to us day and night? Don't be in ghaflat, step on your ego. This is a very important way not to be in ghaflat, because you are reviewing yourself. You are thinking about yourself. You're being busy with yourself. You're not letting your nafs or shaitan to trick you, because you are reviewing. You are understanding everything, what you are doing. Then you will become a believer at that time. Then that time you have the vision of Allah. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, beware from the vision of a believer, because he sees with the nur of Allah. Then that is the time, yes, that hadith where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, when he comes near to me by doing voluntary worship. Voluntary worship is not just making the nafila ibadat. If you step on your ego, that becomes such a high worship that it supersedes all voluntary worship. Say to me now, which is higher? You swallowing your ego, swallowing your anger, stepping on your anger, or we are making so much ibadat, but we are angry. Which one has more value now? Definitely the one who swallows his anger, who steps on it. Whatever small worship that he makes, Allah can just expand it. But the one who just worships and is not looking to his anger burns it. His jealousy would burn it. His stubbornness would burn it. So watch out for that in these holy days and nights. We know that enough in the dargah. To know holy days and nights are happening, shaitan and the nafs will work overdrive to make us to become what? To make us to become angry. To make us to become stubborn, arrogant, envious. So if you are watching out for that, then that time, these nights will become very blessed. It will be very easy for us to get more things, and we will become better, changing ourselves to become better, inshallah rahman. So we should complain to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about ourselves and our own weakness, and say, help me, Ya Rabbi, help me for me to step on the greatest enemy, and that enemy that is inside of us, against our ego. May Allah forgive me and bless you for the sake of the Prophet ﷺ. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.